What we know is during the Biden years, they did not move forward with what needed to be done with modernizing our military. And now we see that our military numbers, recruitment numbers are being met. We are also seeing that there is more of a call to invest in hypersonics, in drones, in Space Force, and 21st century activity that is going to make us competitive in the way that we need to be. I fully believe that you're going to see us move forward with the reconciliation bill. We are encouraging the House to stay in D.C. and get this done so that we do not have a shutdown, and to make certain that we are going to fully fund the government. We're going to do a continuing resolution. We're going to keep the doors open and allow our military to actually enter into these contracting projects that are going to help to keep our nation safe.
And that was Senator Marsha Blackburn with me this week on the push to modernize America's military as the face of the battlefield is changing and changing fast. The conflict with Iran, as well as the conflict in Ukraine, as well as elsewhere, showing the world that cheaper AI-enabled systems can have an outsized impact. AeroVironment has been one of the companies in the lead driving this shift, producing unmanned systems, expanding into autonomous and counter-drone capabilities. The hunters and the killer drones, as we call them. Joining me now is the CEO of AeroVironment, Wahid Nawabi. Wahid, welcome back. Great to see you again.
Great to be with you, Maria.
Thank you so much for joining us. And tell us a bit about that. What have you learned, and even the Department of War learned, from these conflicts in Ukraine with Iran that has actually changed the future of warfare?
Maria, AV has over a decade worth of track record in investing consistently in AI-powered autonomous systems. We started this effort and this initiative many years ago. We have fielded tens of thousands of autonomous systems across the world with 55 different allies of U.S. and plus United States military. And so we have also accumulated a massive size of data sets that allows us to train our AI algorithms on military assets. That's really the key and the crux of this issue. Can you train your algorithms on the right set of data, video data, that has objects that are relevant to the military operations? So that's the background. And we have, invested significantly on our software systems and our autonomous drone systems and counter-drone systems. Case in point, when the Operation Epic Fury started, if you recall, just the first week or two of this conflict, Iran launched thousands of one-way autonomous attack drones on just UAE alone to try to take out their refineries, their critical infrastructure, sites, military bases, etc. This type of warfare has been unprecedented in the past. And so we have prepared our company to help our military in that front. And we're ready. We're ramping up production in all of our products to get ready for the Department of War's demands and needs to scale these systems at a much higher pace than ever before. So AV has been playing a very critical role, and we're going to continue to do that in the future.
I know you have been, and the president wants mass production now. But I think it's really interesting that while we talk a lot about drones and the critical need for building new drones, I wonder if an even bigger business has developed about stopping enemy drones. I mean, you just talked about what Iran has launched. Is that an even more important business, making sure that we are able to stop the enemy drones?
Absolutely, Maria. We've been saying this for close to a decade now, that the proliferation of drones and autonomous systems in modern warfare comes the problem of making sure that we defend ourselves and protect our country and our critical assets and our military from those systems, from those autonomous systems that come to us. We invested in a layered approach to defending against that. The first layer is our radio frequency jamming systems called the Titan series of products, which is the world's best performing systems out there in the world. Second is our laser weapon systems. It's a directed energy laser weapon system that dramatically changed the economics and the ability to shoot down these drones. Think of a laser system that essentially shoots down a drone within 3 to 5 seconds. And as long as you have power to the system, you can keep shooting drones down at a cost of less than $10 a shot. That's the technology that we've been investing over the last 2 decades. It's now ready for prime time. Our military, our critical infrastructure, our sites needs this desperately. And we're ramping up production. We've invested close to $500 million this year alone on R&D investments and capital investments to scale production rapidly to meet the needs of our country. We're ready. We need Congress to pass the budget and let our military to be defended effectively.
And is that the right number in terms of the defense spending?
Well, look, the number is obviously we have underinvested in our military for years and years and years, if not decades. President Trump is trying to fix that and address that, and this is a great step towards that. The amount is appropriate. I do believe that our military needs it, but the timing of allowing that funding to get to the department so they can actually execute their plan is even more critical.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is essential.
And you're talking about all of this investment that you've been making over the last decade. You also made a multi-billion-dollar bet on Blue Halo, right? Tell me about the biggest capability that acquisition gave the U.S. military that it didn't have before as a result of Blue Halo.
So some of the most critical technologies and enabling capabilities that allows us to defend against drones, basically called counter UAS or counter drone capabilities, all come from the Blue Halo acquisition and investments that we've made over the few years. The jamming systems that are used widely within United States military, different services, Special Operations Command, Army, and also within Ukraine and other allies is a great example of that. It's one of the best performing jamming systems against drones and drone warfare. Then it's our directed energy systems called Locust. Locust system is currently the best and safest system that could be deployed at scale within the U.S. military and our closest allies. And we need to accelerate that. We need to get funding to the department so they can actually acquire these systems fast. And then lastly, we're also developing a whole new class of missiles. It's called the Freedom Eagle 1, which is a new class of missile that essentially, if those first two techniques fail to defeat a drone, like a Shahed drone from Iran, then you have to use a kinetic missile called Freedom Eagle 1, which we're developing. We're ramping that up. Congress has supported us to accelerate that program. That's a capability gap that we need to get to fielding as soon as possible. Yeah. And we're ramping that up today. We also made investments to scale that manufacturing facility in Huntsville, Alabama, in order to meet the U.S. Army's demands ahead of their demand, actually. Ahead of the program, we're investing in it. So all these technologies came from Blue Halo. It is part of our portfolio. It is the world's best technology and capabilities, bar none. None of our adversaries can match U.S.'s capabilities in these areas. But we need to give the department the tools that they need, the funding that they need to execute their plan and protect our homeland, protect our bases, protect our military.
Absolutely. And I love looking at AV because you do it all. You've got the hunters and the killers, the hunter drones that are actually hunting for information and passing that information on to the killer, but then the killer drones actually going in for the kill. But Wahid, what if the administration tells you we need 10 times the production? We need 10 times more of the systems. Can you scale up to the need that we are talking about because the president wants mass production?
Maria, we are one of the largest, if not the largest producer of autonomous systems for our military and our allies around the world. There's no one that has the track record that AV has in terms of producing these things by tens of thousands and already deploying them effectively in multiple conflicts, multiple battles, and multiple wars. Number one. Number two, we have never failed to scale effectively when the U.S. Department of War's needs are urgent. We've done that several times in our history, over and over again. Lastly, today, this fiscal year, we are wrapping up 6 or 7 different platforms of our products. Wow. Non-lethal drones, lethal drones, counter drones, space systems, directed energy systems, to the tune of 10x. Yeah. There are some products of ours that we're going up 20x manufacturing capacity increases. We're doing that on our own dime, at risk of our own dollars, ahead of the military's contracts, because we want to be ready and we want to help our military. That is the strategy, baby, from the last 2 decades since we've been public.
all in the face of this need for ever higher performing chips and memory prices going higher. Wahid, you are a true patriot. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time today, and we will be watching AV. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.
Wahid Nawabi joining us. We'll be right back.